Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of whatever the hell this is. I am Rick Strom, and with me today is a journalist, a very funny person on the internet, and someone who I think whose insights should be broadcasted to as many people as possible, which, with my family, it's probably 12 people. So, Jessica, I appreciate you being here. Thank you for doing this, of course. Jessica Burbank can be followed at Dropsite News, Ryan Grimm's new venture, which is fantastic. They do a ton of great journalism. Her TikTok, which is always buzzing. Her Instagram, which is buzzing as well. Jumping right into it. I am super curious about this.
Okay.
So when you're doing your skits, right?
Yes.
And one of them being Kristi Noem. Another one that really blew up was your one about Elon Musk. Here's part of it.
He's just amazing. He's going to bring humanity to Mars.
You're not being serious, are you? This is a bit, right?
What? He's a genius and a self-made billionaire.
Oh, you might want to sit down for this. He started his first company with money from his dad and his rich friends.
Well, he ran it well enough to make it huge.
Not really. He sold it for $22 million to a larger company that was just trying to squash all competition, and then he got even more money.
Raising $50 million is a matter of making a series of phone calls.
Okay. So everybody gets the gist. As you're putting this together, I am really, really curious. Like, how do you come up with these concepts for the skits? And I understand it's depravity and evil people for a lot of it. But when you're coming up with this, how long does the research go as well?
Okay, it depends. So sometimes I come up with the idea like in bed, right before I go to sleep, and I just write it in an iPhone note, and then I forget it, and then at some point during the next day I remember, and I go back to it. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make a skit about this. That one, the research side, I had the help of More Perfect Union, so they did a ton of research into Elon's past and like that damning video of him as a kid, like just doing the daddy's little boy thing, like, oh, you just get money from phone calls. They really helped with a lot of that. So if I have research support, like coming up with the script, maybe a couple hours. I went to a Kinko's somewhere or a print shop, probably FedEx, somewhere in Los Angeles that day and printed out the Elon Musk photos and like put it behind the scenes. So sometimes there's an intense prop work that goes into this stuff, Rick. The wig from Kristi Noem's skit was from Dollar General. It used to be a fuzzy pillow, the mullet that I have on the guard. So yeah, the prop work, probably another hour. Leaving the print shop with like Elon Musk photos tucked into my shirt so no one sees me holding them because that's embarrassing.
Yes.
But yeah, like back and forth filming it. I don't know. It's actually a long process, maybe like 8 hours total.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you feel your Kristi Noem skits have been received in comparison to a few others?
My father loves them, so I'm gonna keep doing it just for dad, just to make dad proud. They haven't been received as well as my other skits. I've gotten feedback that I thought this was her and I nearly scrolled past. I think people are tired of hearing about the Trump administration, but I really like doing the like Dakota accent. And I'm gonna keep hitting it because I feel like in America we're afraid to make good satire about like the darkest shit happening right now, which is happening with ICE, and we need it. And I think some people are afraid, like, oh, is this making light of a tragedy? I don't think so. I think we need to be able to hold up a mirror and say, like, this is what is being normalized, this is what's happening. So I'm gonna keep at it, even if they get, a couple thousand views compared to like my Dune sketches.
Right. So I'm going to be honest with you. Oh, whoops. I meant to put that up there. I'm going to be honest with you. I actually thought that it was Kristi Noem.
Yeah.
I did. Like, if someone, our attention spans are terrible. However, if someone is scrolling on an iPhone, yes, the ICE logo right here, of course, 100%. Like, obviously now it's satire. But if someone's just scrolling, they think this is Kristi Noem because and I'm not speaking for everybody, I thought it was Kristi Noem.
Damn.
I did. So, like, here's part of it if nobody's seen it.
There are consequences for being illegal. This is one of the tools in our toolkit that we will use when terrorists come here. Don't come here, but when terrorists come here, illegally.
Hey, are you sure you want to say terrorist?
They had tattoos.
Okay, let's go again.
But no, that if you come here illegally, you could end up in one of these facilities.
Okay.
If you don't want to end up here, try not being so Mexican.
Ma'am, this is El
God
Salvador.
damn. God damn. All right.
I know, not Mexico. Hang on, Jeff. Ice, ice, baby, this is Kristi.
You're ridiculous.
Oh, that's cute, right? The judge said no. No stop the deportations, but we're in the middle of a video. Yeah, I'm here in El Salamander, Mexico. Well, can we at least get this video done? Put it out. I'd like to post on X today. Thank you, sir. God bless America. God bless this country. Goodbye. Kristi, maybe you want to take off the Rolex for this shot? No, why don't you just keep recording? Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
We know what happens to puppies who don't do their jobs around here, okay? Okay.
Jesus Christ, man. Okay. So, what I've also seen, look, fantastic work, obviously. What I've also seen that's gone viral a lot is like, and I'll mute it here, but just these different cutaways where you're like multiple people,
Yeah.
you know, like it's theatrical, of course, but it's a direct parody of just how stupid so much of this stuff is in the Trump administration.
Yeah, like why is she being an influencer? I was like, just
Right.
imagine like a person high up in the federal government directing someone to film her posts. Like that's what's happening. And that's the part we don't really think about when we see those videos, but there's some shit like that happening behind the scenes all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
I actually think I love your point about like being an influencer. Why are they trying to be influencers so bad?
I don't know, but you see this happens in Congress where you can tell they're going for a soundbite, for a clip, for something that's going to get put on TikTok and get a bunch of views. I think that's because so many people go into politics because they saw the West Wing and they're like, that's so cool. I want to be like that one day. It's not from a genuine place of I want to make legislation that makes the country better because, you know, I'm from the working class. That's not the case. Like 2% of our representatives are from the working class. It's people that like attention, that like the idea of being a political person. And so I think that's what it is. They're just revealing their true intentions. They thought becoming a member of Congress or serving in a public office somewhere would bring them a lavish life with a lot of attention, and then they realized like, no, like these people are not likable. We wouldn't be suffering to watch you if you didn't put yourself in a position of power. And so it's really sad. And I don't know, just like coming from a horribly hurt place, like they didn't get loved enough as a kid or something.
They didn't get loved enough, or they're like Rick Scott and stole like $500 million from people. Yeah. And they just want the attention. Yeah, we do live in an attention economy. There's no doubt about it. It's funny how, like, as you're saying this, my mind with like a journalism background was like, oh yeah, we were studying this in college about how like they went for the soundbite so it would be played on Fox News. But in your context, which is accurate, let's be clear, you're saying like they want the soundbite for TikTok, which is just so funny to think about.